Thanksgiving, one of your favorite holidays.
What you trying to say? I like
Iconic moments like that solidified you as a legend. Logan, you definitely made plays. Don't make a face, man. You definitely made plays.
Really. All right, let's start right there.
And it all starts, right?
Hey, y'all better get it started. 2, that's right. I'm here to cap it.
Why they always throwing me around?
Welcome into Command Center, presented by SeatGeek, the official primary ticketing partner of the Washington Commanders. Brian Cole Jr. here with Santana Moss, Fred Smoot, Logan Paulson, and we got the legend, London Fletcher, joining us. Now, fellas, last Sunday didn't go the way we wanted it to go. It's time to turn the page. Nobody better than to turn the page than London Fletcher. So, London, I'm going to start with you. You've been in there before. You've been with these short turnarounds, man. What is your mindset? What's the preparation like getting ready for a quick game?
I love it when you have a quick game, especially coming out off of a loss.
Yeah.
You don't get an opportunity to dwell on that loss too long. You're anxious to get back out on that practice field, anxious to get back out on the football field for an opportunity to get that bad taste out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Same with me. You know, I told you guys my favorite game was Thursday night game.
You're a psycho.
So I like just getting right to it. And you know, crazy thing about it, we're football players. We're gonna have ups and downs.
Yeah.
So the best way to get out there is go out there and erase that by going out there and playing right now.
Well, the thing about it is, as a cornerback, it's a microcosm of like losing the game. Like you get beat, you still got like 4 quarters to play, so you have to turn the page. They say have a short memory, but you remember stuff. At the end of the day, you just want to go out there and put a better taste in the mouth of the fans and your defense and your team.
I mean, I think the short week does it for you automatically, like you're saying, Fletch. It's like you don't review the film, you're on to the next thing. The first install you get, you're already talking about the next team, so it's just like, hey, that's already gone. They call it invisible film, right? Imaginary film. Get that thing going, on to the next one. Easy done.
And the best part about it is Thanksgiving. And it's against the Cowboys. It doesn't get much better than that. In Dallas, short week. Let's go get it done down in Big D.
And like London said, it is a short week. No better than hearing from the legends that done it before. Now let's look at the details of our game against the Dallas Cowboys. It is time for your game day guide, brought to you by SeatGeek, your ticket to great Commanders seats. Our Commanders will be back on the road for a Thanksgiving showdown against the Dallas Cowboys. This will be our first time seeing the NFC East opponent. Kickoff is at 4:30 p.m. and will be broadcasted live on CBS. But y'all ain't gonna be paying attention to CBS. Y'all gonna be watching us pregame and postgame, and that's why I got these legends right here to talk about it with me. Because London, pregame, we're gonna be out there for Thanksgiving, one of your favorite holidays. Oh, yeah. How excited are you?
What you trying to say? I like to eat? Hey, don't be hating. That's all right. We gonna eat, and we gonna eat in Dallas. We're gonna feast on those Dallas Cowboys. We're gonna get you ready for game day. Fred Smoot didn't make the roster.
We put Fred on the bench for now because he is not part of the fun that we have pregame and postgame. And speaking of postgame, Logan Paulson will be holding it down in the studio. Logan, how much fun do you have seeing us on the road?
I mean, I have a great time seeing you guys on the road. I have a great time when we win. That's the most important thing. Breaking down films, giving that analysis, always a great time.
Hey, it's always a great time. What else is a great time is watching you break down film. So, Logan, I'm going to let you take it away. And we're going to let Fred come back because he missed it.
Come on, Fred.
What This is Field Pass presented by FedEx, where now meets next. All right, guys, let's get into this breakdown, and we're going to talk about Dallas, man. Thanksgiving matchup, it's very, very exciting. Fred, I can see you're excited already, man.
I am.
And one of the things I think everyone thinks with Dan Quinn is they run a lot of cover 3. And this could be cover 3. They got its post safety back here, but they like to run a lot more man and a lot more match man than people think, right? So we're going to get a matchup here on the tight end. We're going to match up here at the corner, right? So man coverage here, and watch how they play this off, right? So the second A.J. Brown is going to run across the formation here, right? Run across the formation. That's the concept. Watch what number 26 does. He's got him in man-to-man coverage, right? So he breaks on this route. But he's got the plugger there, right? So watch them exchange the responsibilities. He's going to match this. He's going to settle in the zone right here. You get a really nice pass off there, and I still think this ball could get out. I think 11 is open, right? A.J. Brown is open, especially given the down and distance, which is second and whatever. But why doesn't that ball get out, man? Why doesn't that ball get out?
Because of Michael Parsons.
Because the pressure is really good. And the other thing I want to point out is look at how well all these dudes match these concepts, right? They're a little handsy, they're a little grabby. I think our receivers got to be ready for that. But they understand what they're getting. Look across the board, man. Not a lot of air in the back end. And if you don't get open really quickly, we got a dude in that front that is dynamic. Maybe the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, he's that type of guy.
And so every time you're doing, I mean, we're already getting started here, right? Where in the world is Micah Parsons? That's really what we're doing here. Look at Landon Dickerson's like, there he is right there, I got him. And it's because you got to know where he is at all times. Because in this blocking scheme, you got to block bigs, right? Big, 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 big. Don't let him being off the ball fool you.
Yeah.
We got to find that son of a gun.
Yeah.
Because he is out there to rush the passer. And Tandy, you said something about this, man. Like, this is a scary dude right here. What's up?
Went through two people.
That's an all-pro Hall of Fame center that he's doing it to.
Yeah, and it's this guard. You know this guard, man? He weighs 350 pounds, man.
Yeah.
They got this targeted. They got this picked up. Great job here by this edge guy compressing the pocket. But this is the problem you're dealing with when you're going against Dallas, right? How do you handle these pass rushers? Because they got about 6 or 7 dudes.
Sam Williams, Lawrence, a lot of them.
100%,
Yeah.
Fred. I'm really glad you brought that up. Because, see, look, I think this ball could get out, Tana. I think we can get a completion there. I think he could run a little bit right here.
Yeah.
But the pressure, the way this rush matches with the coverage is elite.
Yeah.
And that's what makes them special, man. They're leading the league in pressures. They do a great job of that.
That's something that we talk about, too, you know, with our defense, just playing sticky in the back end and having that rush up front allows that quarterback to not be able to make a clear decision. So, you know, he wasn't clear about it, so he held on to it. Now you get the sack.
100%. And so they are this hyper-aggressive coverage, but they do enough to kind of confuse you, to confound you, right? So where's Micah Parsons? Got to know where he is, right there.
Yeah.
We got that ID'd. But instead of man-to-man, now we're going to get in this soft cover 2, Fred. You see it? We got these underneath players underneath in cover 2. And we got these guys in the back end.
5 across, 2 deep.
They're playing half, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we got. Obviously, our guy, Zach Wilson, is a little bit confused, trying to check the ball down to the back. Look at this corner, Fred.
Yeah.
These guys know what the heck's going on, man. They know concepts. They know who they're playing. They're really aggressive to get there, right? And they're really good at turning the football over.
They're going to, they are identifying route combinations.
Yeah.
They understand when their top receiver tries to get on the outside of me, he's not trying to beat me deep. He's trying to widen me so they can throw something underneath and throw something right now. He understands that, hands it off to the safety, and he don't wait on it. He attacks it.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned the vision, man. Like, he's looking at the quarterback. He understands when the quarterback's at his drop. So this is what we're dealing with this defense. Everything in the back end works because they generate a ton of pressure, right? Yeah. They can take these gambles because, you know, I'm not throwing the whole shot because you can't. You don't have time. Exactly right. So this is what you get. So how do you protect and insulate Sam Howell? That's the problem you're dealing with on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, to me, it all starts with number 88, man. A lot of what they do goes through him. And if you want to play man, which the Commanders play a lot of man, you got to find someone who can match up with him. And he can line up all over the formation, right? And this is nothing, right? This is what do you call this, Tana? This is a little
jerk route.
Neil, jerk route. Yeah, nothing crazy, right? Up, he's going to bam, come across. But this is about as easy as you get, right? Phillies and man. This is how we play our man coverage, right? We play it the same way, and there's too much space here. There's too much grass.
That's all you need.
How do you manage that space and that grass when you're going up against this guy right here? That's the $1 million question to me.
I think at the end of the day, you have to press man it and you have to two-man it.
Yeah.
You have to dare Dak Prescott to beat you with his legs instead of his arm. You said it before. CD having the best year he didn't have.
Yeah.
Well, he's having it because he's putting together 10, 11 catch games. Make him start out slow and disrupt him at the line of scrimmage gives you a chance.
But speaking of, you know, Prescott using his legs more, I think that's what has gotten his confidence so high this year because he went back to losing his legs. So I really don't want to,
give him that option.
No, I don't want to see that Prescott. You know what I mean? I want to see the Prescott sitting there trying to force balls, but who knows? I just feel like we got to be sticky, man. We have to do something that we probably haven't done all year and just be overly aggressive.
Be creative and I think get it communicated. The other thing is the thing that gives me a little confidence, right? Is they've got talented people, but they aren't overly complicated. Watch these receivers just run into the defense right here, right? There's not a lot of separation, not a lot of creativity. This is covered up pretty good right here. I'm just going to run to get covered. That's what they're doing, right? Run to get covered. But this offensive line, guys, is playing awesome right now. They're playing maybe the second best group in the league. Look at this. Look at this pocket right now. Right? They got a ton of time. It allows this kind of vanilla concept to get open late in the down. Watch up here, right? This guy says, "Oh, I know this drill, scramble drill." Dak's running around. No one's within 5 yards of him. That's how they get these explosive plays. Offensive line protecting, disrupting the relationship with the coverage because it's not complicated. It's not going to bunch. We're not going to motion. It's not going to be all that. But we got to kind of mitigate these explosive plays, and how do we match up with 88? That's a big deal because I do think, we talk about this a lot, Fred. Confusing the quarterback, right? You look at this, right, and what does New York like to do? They like to play man. This looks like man coverage. This guy's following the receiver. Dak says, "Oh, we're going with the motion. I know what this is. Let me check this play real quick. Oh, let's check it to a man-beating route. Stop. Right? And then watch our guys, right? Watch these guys right here. Talk me through it. What we got?
No, here we go. It starts with communication. He's letting them know no longer am I a man. He just gave them the check right there, letting them know he gonna zone up. Now when they push out, they think he's a man-to-man. He's gonna come back and steal it once it clears out. That's how you win defense with the defensive backfield right there. Go steal it right there, undercut it.
And I think that's a great disguise. That's a great check. That's a great communication, right? So this guy, he will give you the ball. He will give you the ball, especially if you can confuse him. So Tanner, you said something, right?
I just love this as a receiver when you see this communication, kind of everybody kind of take heed to what's going on and changing. Now that makes us have to be at our best. And right there, Dak wasn't at his best, so that calls for a turnover. So I just love seeing another team take advantage of something like that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And so obviously, if you can confuse Dak, get after him from a pass rush standpoint, how do we handle 88? And then from a pass blocking standpoint, how do we handle number 11? How do we create separation versus those man-to-man looks? I think you can win this game, but it's going to be tough. You got a big lift. And Fred is right there. London is going to get those boys fired up. Let's get them going.
It's time to set the tone. Brought to you by the Maryland Lottery. Fast play games. Play fast, win fast today. Please play responsibly. Thanksgiving Day. The biggest rivalry in sports takes place. Washington, Dallas. It's time to go feast on the Cowboys. All right, let's start right there. To set the tone, I need my running backs, B-Rob, AG, and Chris Rodriguez to go in there and eat up that Dallas Cowboys defense. This needs to be a 40-carry game for the running backs. You want to go in Big D and beat the Dallas Cowboys, we got to run the ball all down their throats. My D-line, you also have to feast on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. We want to come out of Big D with a victory on Thanksgiving Day. Get after the quarterback. Create some turnovers. Create short fields for Sam Howell in this offense. Run the ball, stop the run, get after Dak Prescott, and we will come out of Dallas victorious and enjoying not just a Thanksgiving meal, but a feast on the Dallas Cowboys.
And shout out London Fletcher for setting the tone. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that brother look like he's ready for a Thanksgiving feast, right? And as you know, we are playing on Thanksgiving, so I think it's time to get into these headlines and see what guys we need to feast against the Dallas Cowboys. It is time for your headlines presented by the Washington Times. Now, Tanny, you heard me. We need brothers out there feasting on Thanksgiving, on some Cowboys. You were the Cowboy killer. Who you got that's supposed to be feasting?
I'm going with none other than Samuel Howell.
Look at him right there.
Sam has to be the guy. He has to. I think this team and this offense go as far as Sam goes. I think from the last 4 weeks, Sam was right on the high until we had this setback this past weekend. So coming into Thanksgiving, coming into the Cowboys, Jerry's world, in order for us to get a victory out of that, Sam has to be on one.
Yes.
Absolutely. It'd be nice for the whole nation to see him kind of perform in prime time. You know what I'm saying?
You really are.
Definitely prime time. And speaking of prime time, Logan, who you got?
For me, it's the defensive backs, man. When you look at this Dallas Cowboys offense, like they've got a lot of playmakers, man. Specifically CeeDee Lamb. That guy lines up outside, he lines up in the slot. And every week you watch him in his matchup, man, he makes a ton of plays. And they got Cooks in the slot. He made a ton of plays against the Giants a couple weeks ago, man. So what is our matchup? What is our coverage strategy? All these guys are going to need to work together, right, Fred?
Yes,
We're
they
going
are.
to communicate.
Yeah.
They got explosive weapons. It's not an overly dynamic or complicated passing attack. They kind of rely on their athletes to win. I think we can get it communicated, but they got to have a big game for sure.
And Logan, like you said, all these guys need to eat. All these guys need to channel their inner Fred Smooth. Last but not least, who you got, buddy?
When the lights are bright, that's when you show up. Like at the end of the day, my guys, who do you want at the Thanksgiving table? I want everybody over 300 pounds. I used to call these guys bacon, but for Thanksgiving, I'm going to call them one big turducken. And I need all these guys to work well because we're talking about one of the top defensives in the NFL. We're talking about Michael Parsons, could be the defensive player of the year. You're talking about Stephon Gilmore. He's out there locking people down on the back end. Everything starts with this group. I know you said Sam Howell, but for Sam Howell to do his job, they're going to have to protect him. And listen, nothing smells better on Thanksgiving than a little bacon. And see, when you get these big boys, they have the bacon. And that got me fired up. So I'm going to head on into the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Time for Fred's Fired Up, presented by FanDuel. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the Washington Commanders. Welcome to Fred's Fired Up, and we live from the kitchen for this holiday special. And I ain't gonna be the only one talking today on Fred's Fired Up. What? Mr. Logan Paulson, can you tell us your recipes to win this game.
So for me, man, it's how you protect Sam Howell. Like that vaunted pass rush for the Dallas Cowboys, you got to keep that in the box, man.
Yeah.
Keep Micah Parsons from affecting this game. And then how do you match up with these skill position players for the Dallas Cowboys and make Dak Prescott look uncomfortable?
See, there you go. I ain't that analytical. I'm gonna tell you how you get it done. You see this oven right here?
What's in
the
there?
defensive line need to throw Dak Prescott in that oven. You understand me?
Tell him, Fred.
And the defensive backfield, I like my lamb with a little brain.
Yeah,
on that
get him in there.
I want that on there too. Little Tony Pollard in there. At the end of the day, show people on the holiday who you are, who we are. It's right in our hands.
Yes,
Every Thanksgiving. I see you there.
Man, Fred always gets us fired up. And Tanner, you heard him talking about making that recipe to cook some Cowboys. Now, you the Cowboy killer, so nobody cook like Santana Moss against the Cowboys. So I think it's time to make Air Power all about you.
Air Power is presented by Air National Guard, proud partner of the Washington Commanders.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. 8 to the 9 had a big one out in Texas for his famous Monday Night Miracle. My man had 5 catches for 159 yards and 2 crucial touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was 70 yards in the final minutes of the game. Now, Tanner, you and London talked about this moment a little bit over at DC Prime. Cowboy killer, man, you got your name from that.
Yeah.
What makes moments like these so special?
I think what makes this moment special to me is just how it all happened. You know what I mean? I think when it comes down to it, people fail to realize that was only my second game as a Redskin.
Wow.
And not only, playing in this rivalry, I didn't know, I had no clue about how serious it was.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the stuff that was kind of, I guess, the magnitude of the rivalry. As far as Dan Snyder was his first time winning in Dallas, that game there, it broke so many other streaks. And I had no clue because, like I said, it's only my second week with the team. And not only that, it's just the way how everything happened. I think it was fitting just for the moment of knowing Michael Irvin, a guy who record I broke at Miami to be the leading, receiver, yards, holder in school history. He was getting inducted to the Ring of Fame. Wow. Him and the triplets, him, Emmitt Smith, and your boy, the good old quarterback. And that night was special for them. And then we actually ended, with me having 2 touchdowns and beating those guys. So that moment always comes up because so many fans feel like for our era, it was their Super Bowl. Yeah. And I had to ask that question why, because I always joke about, I'm like, I swear I feel like I did nothing else as a Redskin, but it will forever be in the back of my head, and I'm glad it was able to kind of solidify my arrival here.
Yeah, and iconic moments like that solidified you as a legend, and you and another legend, London Fletcher, talked more about that moment over at DC Prime. Let's check it out.
It's Chopping It Up, presented by DC Prime, Loudoun's premier steakhouse. For dinner reservations or private dining, call 703-840-2099.
Hey, well, you still around here, man, being a Cowboy killer. How did you will forever be remembered as the Cowboy killer?
It was almost like as if I was in the game, but watching it or listening to it from home. You ain't hear nothing, but I felt my heartbeat.
It's just quiet, like it's
simmering, like as loud as they were. I heard nothing because I know the play coming to me. I took them steps, the ball was falling.
Oh, it's on you.
Let that thing go. When he let it go, I didn't have wasted no motion. I was like,
it was right on you.
Mark put it up and down so quick. All I can remember, man, running that end zone, I saw the Chief, man. God rest, his soul.
Yeah.
Big Chief.
Chief Z.
Chief Z was sitting there, and I'm just like, damn, we just won this game. And at the time, that would have tied it up, but we kicked the extra point to win it. I walked to the sideline. I'm like, if that's the introduction to what you're gonna be doing your first year,
oh man,
and that's when it was created.
Now, Tanner making those plays in crunch times were definitely ice cold. But it's not just Tanner up here that made some ice cold plays against the Cowboys. So I think it's time to take a run back at some of those plays. Logan, you definitely made plays. Don't make a face, man. You definitely made plays.
Really.
I made a lot of pass protection, get out of there.
Hey, Tanner, what's cooler than being cool?
Ice cold.
It's time for Ice Cold Moments, presented by Steam Fitters. Steam Fitters UA Local 602 provides the highest level HVAC and mechanical piping services.
Logan, we're gonna go right to you.
Oh,
This play
God.
is back in 2012. Maybe that's why you don't remember. It was a long time ago. 2012. Take it away.
Oh,
This is one
Look
of my
at the strong
favorite plays of my
hands.
career. Yeah, strong hands. I learned that from this guy right here.
Yeah.
He's Fletcher, man.
Strong
Every day in
hands.
practice making me look like an idiot, and then here I got to use it on a DB. So love this. One of my favorite plays of my career. Kind of one of those sneaky ones for first down.
Yeah.
Go down and score on this drive.
Crawling.
Yeah, crawling.
That's the way
Down
to-
Right.
that's the way to move
Dress
chains, look.
terribly. Dress terribly.
I'm anti-swag. I say swag down, I say swag down.
He even looked like a lumberjack.
Well, somebody who wasn't anti-swag was Mr. Fred Smoot. Let's take it back to
What is wrong with this
2001.
Go get it. Go get it.
This is
Go get it.
Oh,
This is Betamax.
That's such an ass point. And this is what I really did on this one. I turned it into a Christmas card. I sent it to everybody right here. And this is on Thanksgiving back in the early 70s when I made this play. So at the end of
I could tell it was early 70s. We play the Cowboys twice a year, right?
Yeah.
Why is this film so old?
That's cosmetic. Picked out the wrong play. I went out to play. Johnny Galloway.
There's only one play. This is it, right?
I know you ain't talking. I know who I am, Fred. A great play to catch the ball, keep your feet in bounds, and them Jordans I'm wearing. So I'm
Well, somebody who had a plethora of plays is my guy, London Fletcher. Let's go forward a decade to 2012.
Oh, is that hot down? Oh, is that hot down?
That's that 4-3 speed. 4-3 speed.
Look, watch me bang it. Watch me bang it. Oh, he thought I had.
watch this move. Watch that move.
Hey, I hit it with a little wiggle.
Hey, you could not even, you couldn't cross over a toddler with that.
Hey, look, I got it. Get off me, Whip. Get off me.
Get off you.
Get off me, Whip. Look at them hands. I'm
Big
out
Hall
there.
ain't blocked nobody.
I know D-Hall too busy trying to get a pick.
Listen, these fellas are having a blast watching themselves. I know you've had a blast watching us. Until next Thursday on Command Center, we will see you out in Dallas for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Wrong play, man.
Get him out, D-Hall.
Tonight, Dad came with. He didn't want his little sweet potato to be here without him. But now, he really wishes she was here without him. Next time, he'll just let her roll with her new entourage. And he'll only trust SeatGeek with the tickets. Because when she finds her happy place, he can find his way back to the car. The ticketing app trusted by fans. SeatGeek, so fans can fan.